Good evening, doctors. Welcome again. Today we are going to discuss about neurology MCQs. Let's start discussion. 55-year-old man has type 2 diabetes. He complains of difficulty walking. On examination, he is unable to evert his right foot. He has intact knees reflex. There is also sensory loss in the lateral aspect of the foot. Pinprick. Which nerve root is involved? L2, L3, L5, S1, S2. So the best answer here is L5. Okay. The common peroneal nerve is involved nerve roots L5 and S1 supply. The nerve for foot eversion. The cutaneous sensory supply corresponds to the lateral part of the foot. Okay. 60-year-old patient has been confused for 1 week. His wife also mentions he had 2 episodes of tonic-clonic seizures. He has a recent diagnosis of small cell lung cancer, which is treated with radiopathy. So the diagnosis here is, pause this video and think which one is the best single most appropriate answer. So here correct is paraneoplastic syndrome. This is a case of paraneoplastic syndrome. A wide variety of paraneoplastic neurological manifestations have been described, but Parkinsonism is uncommon. Cerebral degeneration, tremor and movement disorders, and Lambert-Eaton myasthenic syndromes are the commonest. Okay. 50-year-old man with weakness in his arms and legs, which is worse at the end of the day. On examination, he has bilateral ptosis and decreased reflexes. What test will confirm that his muscle weakness is due to myasthenia gravis rather than Lambert-Eaton myasthenic syndrome? So guys, the best answer here is EMG, electromyography. Why? Let's discuss. The main differential is myasthenia gravis and Lambert-Eaton myasthenia syndrome. Myasthenia gravis can be differentiated from Eaton-Lambert myasthenic syndrome by electromyography. Repetitive stimulation in myasthenia gravis leads to decrement of evoked muscle action potential, while in myasthenic syndrome the condition improves by repetitive stimulation. Okay. 74-year-old lady lives alone and is self-caring. She has home help twice a week. 2 days ago, she was found wandering the street and appears confused. The ambulance crew who brought her to hospital has noticed that she has been incontinent of urine. On examination, she walks with a wide-based gait and has a MMSE score 17/30. Her temperature 36.9 and she has CRP of 30 mg per liter. What is most likely diagnosis? So pause this video and think. The single best answer here is normal pressure hydrocephalus. Normal pressure hydrocephalus. Okay. Normal pressure hydrocephalus is a clinical symptom complex characterized by abnormal gait, urinary incontinence, and dementia. Remember, abnormal gait, urinary incontinence, and dementia. This triad is for normal hydrocephalus pressure. The CRP is not specific and there is insufficient evidence for UTI in this case. Okay. Now, 65-year-old man has had a 6-month history of progressive worsening of confusion. He had left the cooker on the several times and accused the neighbors of spying on him. On examination, his face is expressionless and he has a monotonous speech. Cranial nerves are abnormal. Increased tone is present in all 4 limbs. Reflex powers and sensations are all normal. What is likely diagnosis? So this is a case of Lewy body dementia. Let's discuss. This patient has Parkinsonism with bradykinesia and rigidity. In view of deterioration in mental function and delusion, Lewy body dementia is most likely than Parkinson disease. Okay. 45-year-old lady has numbness in a right little finger and aspect of the palm shown in the picture. The small muscles of the hand are weak. Which nerve is affected? So, here the nerve involved is ulnar nerve. Let's discuss. The ulnar nerve innervates the third and fourth lumbricals, the interossei and adductor pollicis. Sensation is supplied to the fifth finger and the ulnar part of the fourth finger. Okay. 21-year-old man present with a fever and headache. His temperature persists and he now complains of a bad headache. He is disoriented in casualty where he is assessed during examination. He has a generalized seizure. A CT scan is performed and it is normal. CSF examination shows protein of 0.3 grams and 10 white cells, predominantly lymphocytes, and EEG shown. The periodic sharp wave activity. What is most likely diagnosis? So here the best diagnosis in EEG periodic sharp wave activity is for HSV encephalitis. HSV encephalitis. Herpes simplex virus encephalitis is the most likely. There can be disorientation or dysphagia and seizures. There is also mild lymphocytosis on CSF in HSV encephalitis. MRI may show frontal or temporal lobe involvement. EEG may show periodic sharp wave activity temporarily and background of focal or diffuse slow rain. Okay. 25-year-old lady present with 2-month history of episodic visual loss affecting the right eye. Over the last 2 years, she had gained a considerable amount of weight. Examination shows bilateral optic disc swelling and small retinal hemorrhages in the right eye. So, the answer here is. So guys, think and pause this video. This is benign intracranial hypertension associated with high BMI. The condition can be worsened by tetracycline and contraceptive pills. C. Considerable gain amount of weight. So this is benign intracranial hypertension. Okay. 60-year-old man has previously diagnosed with pernicious anemia. He was non-compliant with medication for several years. He now has unsteadiness and difficulty in walking. Which of the following lesion is likely? So the best answer here is dorsal column. Dorsal column. The diagnosis is subacute combined degeneration of the cord. The posterior columns and corticospinal tracts are specifically damaged, but the clinical picture are complicated by early development of coexistent peripheral nerve damage. Okay. 40-year-old man was injured in a road traffic accident. On examination, he is unable to extend his right hand at the wrist. The tricep jerk is diminished and there is a weakness of wrist flexion. A small area of over the right middle finger has sensory loss to pain and touch. So best answer here is due to C7 root, cervical 7 root. Okay. C5 root lesion causes weakness in abduction of the shoulder and biceps as well as sensory loss in the upper arm. A C7 root lesion causes weak wrist extensor and flexors, a weak finger extensor and sensory loss to the middle finger. A radial nerve lesion would not involve finger flexors. A T1 lesion would cause a weak intrinsic head muscles. 62-year-old woman presents with diplopia on examination. She has a fixed dilated pupil on her right side. Direct right reflex and accommodation reflex are totally absent. It is mainly due to third nerve palsy, oculomotor palsy. It is mainly due to oculomotor palsy. Pilocarpine is a myotic and all the rest causes of small pupils as well. Although there is no mention of ptosis or oculomotor nerve palsy, this is the only answer which fits with a fixed dilated pupil. Okay. 45-year-old lady is with a sudden onset of severe headache. It comes on with a bang. A CT scan of the brain is reported as normal. There are no neurological signs on examination. The best management step is to perform a lumbar puncture 24 hours after the onset of headache. Lumbar puncture should be performed suspected SAH, subarachnoid hemorrhage. Ideally after 24 hours from onset of headache. If the CT scan is not diagnostic, the CSF specimen should be examined by spectrophotometry for the presence of xanthochromia due to the presence of oxyhemoglobin and bilirubin. 35-year-old patient with HIV is assessed for a new onset right arm weakness. An MRI scan of his head shows a temporoparietal ring enhancing lesions. Which is most likely cause of this? The most likely cause here is toxoplasmosis, ring enhancing lesion on MRI. Cerebral toxoplasmosis is the most common cause of a ring enhancing lesion causing neurological defect in HIV patient. 24-year-old tennis player finds that he is unable to extend his right wrist. On examination, there is a weakness of the extensor of the wrist and digits. Which of the following structure is damaged? The structure damage is radial nerve due to wrist drop. Radial nerve, yeah. Radial nerve may be damaged anywhere in its course. It is most commonly affected in the upper arm where it winds around the humerus and in the extensor muscle compartment of forearm. Affecting the posterior interosseous branch, radial nerve palsy causes weakness of the wrist and elbow extension and weakness of forearm supination. Sensory loss on the dorsum of hand and forearm may also be present. Okay. 55-year-old man who was heavy smoker in the past complains of arm weakness. On examination, there was postural hypotension, his proximal muscle weakness with fatigability and loss of tendon reflex. This is mainly due to Lambert-Eaton myasthenia syndrome. Lambert-Eaton myasthenia syndrome, 60% of cases paraneoplastic small cell lung cancer is most associated. The clinical features are proximal weakness, loss of tendon reflex and autonomic dysfunction. Okay. 40-year-old man complains of right eye which had worsened over the last few days. On examination, he had ptosis of right eye. He also had weakness of superior upgauge of right eye and loss of accommodation reflex. Which of the following is likely? It is mainly due to the posterior communicating artery aneurysm. Patient with painful isolated third nerve palsy with pupil involvement is most likely due to posterior communicating artery aneurysm. Other causes of mononeuritis, multiplex, diabetes, vasculitis, syphilis can also be cause third nerve palsy, but seldom are painful. 38-year-old lady has difficulty walking. On examination, she has ataxic gait, increased tone in the legs with hyperreflexia and motor weakness. What diagnostic investigation should be arranged here? Teen walking, ataxic gait, MRI brain and spine. This is for MRI brain and spine in such condition. Let's discuss. Diagnosis is likely to be multiple sclerosis. MRI would be useful to assess for demyelinating lesions. Following his lumbar puncture is also helpful to confirm the presence of oligoclonal bands when compared to serum. 65-year-old man has recently been involved in an accident. On examination, there was increased tone in the right leg. He had right-sided leg weakness and loss of proprioception in right side of the lower limb. There was also left-sided loss of sensation to pain in the left leg. So this is a case of, so guys think, Single most best answer, Brown squared syndrome. Brown squared syndrome. Brown squared syndrome. Okay, let's discuss. Brown squared or hemisection of the spinal cord causes in loss of sensation to pain and temperature contralateral to the lesion, with ipsilateral loss of sensation for position, vibration, and upper motor neuron paralysis ipsilateral to the lesion. 46-year-old man had suffered from classical seropositive rheumatoid arthritis for 10 years. He has never received treatment with phenylbutazone gold or antimalarials. Intense pain in the right hand. Over a course of 3 weeks, he noticed pain, numbness, and tingling of lateral aspect of palm in the fourth, fifth fingers in the right hand. Examination: he has weakness in the adductor of the fingers and his hand's clawed position. So the best answer here is ulnar nerve lesion due to claw hand. Ulnar nerve lesion. Ulnar nerve supplies the lumbricalis claw and also interossei dorsal. Okay. 50-year-old man present with speech difficulty. He has difficulty with word identification and repetition. He is able to pick out correct objects when instructed to do so. It is not confused. Where is the lesion? Lesion in inferior frontal lobe, Broca's area. Broca's area, inferior frontal lobe damage causes impaired fluency, intact comprehension, impaired repetition, expressive dysphasia. Wernicke's area, posterior superior temporal lobe damage causes normal fluency, impaired compression, impaired repetition, receptive dysphasia. 60-year-old man has presented with episode of transient visual loss lasting for 5 minutes. He maintained consciousness throughout a CT scan which did not show any changes. He mentions that he is driving currently. How long a patient required to avoid driving a car following recovery from a single transient ischemic attack? So the best answer here is 1 month. 1 month is the best answer here. Okay. 40-year-old man complained of severe headache. Following this, he then developed nausea and vomiting and came to A&E to be assessed. A CT demonstrated blood in the left sylvian fissure. Which of the following is most likely cause? So the best answer here is Barreau aneurysm rupture here. It is mainly due to the Barreau aneurysm rupture. Okay. 18-year-old man, difficulty in walking. He had a problem with a vision which were difficult to correct with glass. Examination: nystagmus and pallor of the optic disc. He has dysarthria and intention tremor. There are absent reflexes in the knees and ankles. Plantars are evocal. Pes cavus was noted. What is likely diagnosis? So the best diagnosis here is Friedreich ataxia. Friedreich ataxia. Friedreich ataxia is an autosomal recessive inherited. Patient may be cardiomyopathy and diabetes, neurological abnormalities including optic atrophy, retinitis pigmentosa, nystagmus, cerebral disease, and signs: loss of dorsal column sensation and weakness. So guys, I hope till here it's very much clear for you. If you have any queries, any question, you can ask me, and if you're new on my channel, please subscribe it. Thank you. Good day. Goodbye. That's all for today.